My name's Matt Chamberlain, an occasional YouTube uploader, but nothing compared to the powerhouse that is BOXWAVE. Meet Harry and Joe, better known as BOXWAVE. They're not just boxer trainers, they're movement makers. With millions of views across Instagram and TikTok, their explosive pad work and high energy coaching style has taken the internet by storm. But their latest venture hits even harder. They're working with kids who have been bullied for their weight, helping them find strength, confidence and a sense of belonging. It's not just about how fast you are or how hard you hit, it's about belief, resilience and turning pain into power. And the guys behind BOXWAVE, Harry and Joe Freeman. Welcome to your second podcast, I believe it is.
Second podcast, second.
Thank you, Matt.
That's all right. How you doing?
Yeah, good.
You guys have been busy.
Yeah,
Very busy.
we've been about 10 weeks.
10 weeks going strong at it now.
Yeah, no rest. 100 miles an hour. Tackling every message we get. We're in the trenches of.
Do you go through all the comments and you
No,
answer
not,
everyone?
Wow, not anymore.
Well, we get.
I was gonna say,
we literally get thousands because we're on everything: TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. We're getting messages on everything, so it's hard to see pretty much everything.
You could probably spend 24 hours a day just answering messages.
I mean, we put out a post a week and a half ago saying that we're taking on more kids now to get back to us, contact us. I'd say we've had 1,000 messages from off the back of that.
Really? And are they all local kids, or are those kids that are prepared to travel?
All over, yeah, all over.
Or do you
I've
have to
even
travel
seen-
to them potentially?
No, this last week they've been coming to us. We had a kid. So just last weekend, we had a lad come from Tewkesbury. We had a lad come from
Newcastle. Lad travelled all the way from Newcastle to come and see us. Stayed in a hotel. And then we trained with them the whole next day.
Yeah. And
Really? And that's a regular thing, so he'd come back once a week to do that?
Once a month.
Once a month?
Because we're new and we're evolving, we're trying to work out what works best. So we also had a lad come from Sheffield
as
Liam.
well, yeah.
Crazy story, what he's been through.
And is that a new addition to the channel? Your channel's coming soon, is it?
Yeah. We haven't put out any videos yet, but that's what we've been doing for the last week. Would you say last week?
Yeah,
So do you guys actually have time to sleep?
No.
No. It's late nights, early mornings. I think we struggle to even train ourselves at the minute, don't we?
We've been slacking ourselves because we've been putting so much into this.
Your background is you were doing live TikToks every morning, weren't you? Those have stopped now, right?
Yes, they've stopped now. And we've just putting all that same amount of energy, if not more, into this now. So we're just figuring out, there's no balance with what we're doing. We're just figuring out the best way we can help as many kids as possible. That's what we're trying to figure out.
Yeah.
We're trying to figure out whilst meeting them, whilst training them, whilst coaching them, through a phone with their parents, speaking to them because they're long distance, editing videos, thinking of ideas, posting, speaking to people that can help us,
Replying to a few messages, whatever messages we can do, then we reply to them.
You guys have gone viral with this whole thing, really, haven't you? I mean, like, what's the biggest amount of views you've got on a video now?
Maybe 6.5 million.
Yeah.
6.5 million.
Coming up to 7 million, I think it is now.
That's quite an impressive number, isn't it? And as an effect to that, it's obviously the media's got hold of it, and you've ended up being on TV shows. You've done, what have you done? You've done This Morning.
We did This Morning. We've done GB News,
Sky News,
BBC. We did the radio, LBC radio.
Okay.
Was it last week or 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago now, I think it was. Yeah.
Are you still getting requests for TV shows and?
Well, they come up every now and again. So there was we didn't think we'd get any more, and then GB News popped up, and then LBC the next day.
And we've actually got something quite big this weekend as well. We're going to a boxing event in Birmingham.
Yeah,
Sky
quite
Sports,
a big fight as well.
Oh, really?
Sky Sports are putting on a show.
Yeah,
and they're boxer, and they've asked us to bring some of the lads we're working with, and they want to do like a special thing for Jacob, and we're taking Rupert there for the weigh-in the day before.
So the likelihood is Jacob will get into the ring?
No,
maybe?
No.
No, I mean not for a fight, but just for the experience of, wow, this is what it feels like to be in an arena type.
Yeah,
thing.
he will be probably sat somewhere close to the ring potentially. Yeah,
he's got to be pretty excited about that.
Yeah,
We'll be buzzing about that.
Yeah.
He's always said to us he wants to go to a boxing fight, so now we've finally got him one.
Take him.
Yeah. Have you guys been there before?
Oh yeah,
We've been to big boxing fights.
Yeah.
We've been to Vegas. We went and watched the Fury and Wilder fight number 2, which was pretty amazing to go witness.
Mm.
We've seen Amir Khan fight in Birmingham.
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
We've been to
Yeah.
a few shows.
And you guys have like worked out in the same gym as Arnold Schwarzenegger, haven't you?
Yes. Yeah. Next to him.
Next to him.
Like from me to you away, we was training.
Yeah.
We trained with a guy called Paul de Gelder, who actually ex-military guy, had his leg and his arm bitten off by a bull shark. We asked him,
As you do.
Yeah, we asked him if we could train with him once. Saw him down the street, said like, you know, we'd heard of his story, and he was like, yeah, come train with me. Next minute, we went to the gym, and he was like, Arnold will be in here in a minute. If we hang around here, he'll probably come and talk to me and train next to us. And you know, he was really nice for doing that. And next thing, we were on this machine doing all this machines we'd never do.
Yeah.
And Arnold's right next to us doing the machine behind.
That's just crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and where was that? That was down at Venice Beach.
Gold's
was it?
Gym. That
Gold's
was,
Gym,
Yeah.
The Mecca.
So
I did see a video of yours when you were chasing him down the road. It was like, come back, come back.
There's a bit of video footage that we never put out of us really chasing him.
Yeah, it was a real chase.
Really, but the chase is on. Yeah. I'd love to see that. You need to get that out.
Where he like shouted, "Hey Arnold!" all the way from the UK, and then he looks over and he clocks at us and just goes,
I'll be back.
And then we couldn't stop seeing him after that. We'd see him, and then every day we just kept seeing him and seeing him.
We go to America for nearly 10 years, always hoping to see Arnold. Everyone told us you'd see Arnold.
Yeah.
We never saw him. That one time, could not stop seeing him every day.
How long was you out there for that time?
That was only 2 weeks. 2 weeks was there for that time.
Yeah, because the time before you were up for a few months, weren't you?
Yeah, we went for a summer.
And what was the motivation for going out there for the 3 months? Because obviously back then your channels had a different angle, really, didn't they?
Well,
was it more to do with blogging?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, we just love America. We love Venice. We love just the lifestyle out there, sort of health, fitness. That's our passion. So it was. It's there. It's just there for you. You know, you got the beach. Got the healthy food. Everyone's into the same sort of thing. Yeah, it's just
you just got a mission to find a good bike, haven't you? Because you had big push bike problems.
We even had our bike stolen. The last bike we had got stolen over there.
Stolen?
Yeah, we was in our room, just had a shower, getting ready to go out, and then I think we was lay on bed, like having a lie down. And then all of a sudden,
in the shower. You was in the shower. One of us was
one of us in the shower.
Towel wrapped round. Both had towels wrapped round. So we walked out our balcony. You could hear some bikes getting moved, and some guy was just.
Did you give chase?
No, we was in our towels, just like, hey, like just couldn't
bring
do
that
anything.
Back. And he just looked at us. He weren't even running.
And how much did you actually pay for that bike?
Oh,
like 40 bucks.
Or
40 bucks.
Yeah.
God, it just goes to show nothing's safe these days, is it?
Especially over there,
Yeah, wow. Guys, we've got some more specific questions that we're going to get into.
Yeah.
Are you good? Are you ready to go?
Yeah.
Joe, all fit?
Yeah, ready.
Yeah, sure. Okay, foundation and story, which is where we're going to kind of start. Can you guys take us back to the beginning and what made you guys start this movement?
So we've been training adults free on live workouts for about nearly a year. And what we noticed with adults, and what we've noticed with a lot of people we've sort of come into contact over the years, is they struggle with consistency. It will start for a couple of weeks and then they will just give up. They'll eat healthy for a few days because there's a holiday coming up or a wedding, and they just give up. And we sort of asked ourselves, well, how come we've stuck at it? And we realised it's because we started at such a young age. We built the habits into us young, and they've lasted us a lifetime. And the sort of people we see around nowadays that are fit and are healthy, 9 times out of 10, it's because they did it as a youngster, or their parents got it into them while they were young. That's when we thought we need to get into the kids.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I've had stages. I mean, I'm like post 50 now. I've had stages where I'm like, I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to get fit. And towards the back end of like me going down that period, I completely lost motivation.
Yeah.
And most of my gym visits ended up going on a sunbed and going to the bar after for a couple of pints, you know. And it takes a lot of dedication.
Definitely, it's hard. Even we struggle at the best of times, but just because it's such a habit for us now, we always get back to it. We might slip up for a day or so, but then the next day we get straight back on it, training, the diet. Because if we slip off for too long, then we just feel sluggish, we just feel horrible, you just don't feel good about yourself. So
it's a bit like me on a daily basis then, really.
Yeah, you've got no choice. You have to get fit, you have to get healthy, and you've got to push. If you've got youngsters around, you've got to try and get them into it as well, because, you know, where are they going to go? If you're eating all the bad food all the time, drinking, 9 times out of 10 they're going to pick up those habits, and they're going to do that. It's just going to be a downward spiral, and it's very hard to unpick these habits. And we're finding that now. It's like we're trying to coach the kids, but really it's the parents that are feeding the kids. So
I mean, I heard something on the news the other day, because a lot of kids are influenced by their parents, and what they're trying to do now is say to the parents, look, don't lead an example by staying all night on your mobile phone scrolling, because people are just addicted to social media these days. Like, you know, if the parents are doing that, what hope are the kids got?
Parents can't just tell their kids, you know, no, you're not allowed to do it. And then when the kid's not looking, they're sitting, they're eating the bad food, they're doing all these bad habits that we're sort of advising not to. They have to do it with them. They have to lead by example and show them how it's done.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy what you see now. Like, not that long ago, we was with Jacob in the van, and he was just sat there, just not even looking at his phone, and he just looked down at his thumb.
His thumb's on auto scroll.
Just scrolling like that, wasn't even doing it. And like, this must be what a lot of kids are like these days.
Yeah.
Just that addicted to their phone, that just like that. It's just crazy.
It's just like their thumb's just doing it automatically.
And I mean, you only have to go into supermarkets and see what are in families' trolleys. And for us, because we've got the knowledge, we look and think, they just think they're being healthy, or, you know, they're just chicken nuggets, you know, it's just chips.
So ultimately, you guys are basically out there to change people's lives, change their mindset.
Change their mindsets, give out the knowledge. Because some people aren't doing it intentionally, they just don't have the knowledge about food. They're educated in some things, you know, they're clever, really clever. Like, we all have our strong points and our weak points. Our strong points are health and fitness. We have our own weak points. But this is one that's probably the most important.
Yeah.
Nothing is more important than your health. And we've been saying that for a long time now.
I need to start listening to you as well, to be fair.
People, you know, people will neglect their health, chasing money, chasing cars. I understand some people are struggling to even pay their bills, but without your health, really, you have nothing.
Yeah.
You know, if you really think about it, you really do have nothing if you haven't looked after your health and you're, you know, suffering from...
well, it's true, because you could have all the money in the world, but if you become seriously ill, that's not going to help you, is it? You know, it's... There's
that famous saying, you know, people worry about the car they drive, but the only vehicle they should worry about is this vehicle, the body. Because this is going to get you to A to B. Yeah. If you've neglected your body, you've spent your life drinking, eating bad, and, you know, neglected your health, then the vehicle's going to start playing up. And it's not the car you need to worry about, it's the body. Yeah. But no, there's a better saying.
I don't know. I think you got the message across.
What was the one?
No, it's a guy. It's a Shaolin monk.
To the point that I'm sitting here thinking, oh God, I really need to do something.
Yeah, we're telling you.
What happened to your push-up thing you was meant to be doing?
The push-up challenge. I didn't start.
Yeah. We added you into the next level as well.
Yeah.
That's still going.
Is it still going?
Actually, no, it's not, because you've had your computer back.
Oh dear. Okay, so you're both ex-boxers. How did that discipline transfer into this?
So whatever we have done, it's always been full on, hasn't it? Just like boxing, you like the famous saying, you don't play boxing. You can't go at it half-hearted. You have to go full on, and that's what we did. We just put 100% into it, and that's sort of installed into us now, where anything we go at now, whether it be business or, you know, hobbies, activities, whatever, we go 100% of it, don't we?
Yeah.
Or give it our everything. We struggle to find balance. We just commit, and we suffer with burnout sometimes because of how hard we go at it, but we just
I'm not surprised, work
through it.
I suppose, like, you know, it's the same in many different places as well. It's like a musician isn't going to get good by picking up a guitar and having a lesson once a week.
Mm.
You know, he's got to pick up that guitar and he's got to do that daily.
Definitely, yeah.
You know, you don't get better or fitter by not doing it.
No.
You're never going to improve if you don't keep doing something. So, yeah, I get that. So, what's BOXWAVE really about?
Well, the name basically comes from, because we're from a boxing background, we obviously love boxing, and we really wanted to make an impact, so we wanted to create waves with what we was doing. So that's where the name BOXWAVE came from. But really now, what BOXWAVE's about and the message we're trying to get is we want to inspire any kids out there that maybe feel like they haven't got a voice, they're struggling, maybe some parents haven't got the knowledge, and we will just want to inspire people to show them what can be done. We'll showcase what we do in our videos. People can watch, people can see themselves in some of the, maybe they can even be the people we're working with on our channel, but they can see it can be done and they can find some hope and go out there and do it.
Yeah.
It's just something we're very passionate about, just with training, the diet, everything. I mean, we've never struggled to train, have we? We've always got up, got our training, and people always have wanted to train with us, haven't they? We've always found that people always pull towards us, wanting to train with us because they find motivation from us, maybe. Because we've never struggled with the motivation, even though there are days when
you guys are like the modern day Mr. Motivator.
Yeah.
Did you know of it?
Oh,
we
yeah,
have been called that,
We get
But even though there are days we struggle with the motivation, we've just got the discipline now. We've built in that discipline where we get up and we just get it done no matter what.
No, yeah, just like brushing your teeth. Just like brushing your teeth.
Yeah, just becomes almost a routine.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have got quite a few questions to go through here, but the next part is about the kids and the mission. So everyone knows about Jacob now, but what was it like behind the scenes? Did you ever expect this reaction?
But when we first made the video, we thought, God, this is quite a powerful little message, like it could do well. But then I never expected it to go the way it has.
We were literally thinking we're going to do live kids workouts on TikTok for free, like we'd been doing with the adults.
Yeah.
And we thought we need a little mascot, a kid doing it with us. And obviously Jacob was in our village, he'd been getting bullied. We knew he needed to get fit. He mentioned he wanted to lose weight, ideal candidate. We did one live with him and nothing big, no numbers like we'd experienced previously doing our live workouts. We used to have like 2,000-3,000 watching, just a normal live. And we recorded a little interview with him afterwards. Like Joe said, it did seem quite powerful, and put it out, and it just
went ballistic. Yeah. Well, it went viral.
Completely viral.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you, when I first saw that video, both myself and Russ, Russ from Warwickshire Arts as well, we both saw that video and thought, you guys are onto something here, because it just went, and the numbers, it must have been like just watching a clock ticking up.
Yeah, it was just going boom, just refresh it, thousands just coming in.
Yeah. And it's quite a strange feeling when you do get a video that goes like that. I mean, I think like in all the time that I've done content creation, I've only been involved with one video that's ever gone like that. And even that one only went to about 100k.
Yeah.
So the fact that you guys went to millions with it, you must have been absolutely buzzing.
Yeah, it was like the celebrities commenting. That was like, when celebrities were commenting and stuff, it was kind of like.
Who commented? Which celebrities?
Sharon Osbourne.
Sharon Osbourne. There you go.
And Middleton, who follows us now. And,
okay.
I can't remember, John Terry.
Yeah, John Terry. Who else? Quite a few people. I can't remember now. They were the big name ones.
We've had loads of there's loads of things gonna happen because we're not stopping, and we're picking up more kids, more impactful stories, more kids that need the help, and we'll be knocking on the door for. Well, we do need help doing what we're doing because we obviously want to scale this where we can help more people.
Yeah.
At the minute, we're funding everything. It's a full-time job. We don't get paid, and we have to fund whatever we do, whatever you see in the videos. We've funded everything.
That's the thing that a lot of people don't see, is the fact that, you know, anyone that's out there making videos, it costs money. It costs money for the equipment, it costs your time.
Yeah.
And it's not something that everyone can do either.
No. People think we're rich. People think people think we've made hundreds of thousands of pounds.
I was going to say, actually, that was going to be one of my questions, like, because obviously people have this illusion that if you've got like millions of views on TikTok and hundreds of thousands on YouTube, automatically you're a Matt Armstrong of the world off YouTube and you're making millions. But so that's not strictly true.
In the comments, often people think we are making hundreds of thousands of pounds off the videos, when really we were kicked off the creative award program on TikTok pretty much straight away from going viral.
Really?
For using unoriginal content or something. So we haven't made any money from the videos.
Yeah.
So we never applied to people that say
that's a gutter. Are you still demonetized then on TikTok?
Yeah. TikTok are just strict.
They've extended it now as well. It was for a month, waited for that month to be over, and it's been extended for another month now.
What's your income source now then? How do you fund it?
We just wear the same clothes. Yeah. We just the same thing we've been doing for the whole year. We drive a banger of a van. Whatever clothes people see us in, pretty much the same clothes we wear, and we just live beyond. You know, we live cautiously. Like we don't spend a lot of money. You know, and it allows us to go with this movement.
Maybe
it's a huge commitment that you guys are giving, really.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was going to say, maybe we bring out some BOXWAVE merch.
Yeah.
BOXWAVE merch coming out soon.
Yeah.
I think you should.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, 100% we need to bring some stuff out or something.
Are you making anything for YouTube now?
No. We haven't posted on YouTube. So one thing that we've missed out on is probably growing a YouTube channel, because we haven't had any time, because we're now training that many kids. It's not just the actual hours we spend training with them, it's all the coaching of the parents as well, telling them the food and checking them. They send us pictures of every meal they eat, so we like to verify it and stuff. So it's just time consuming.
Going back to the question, Jacob, what a transformation. So, I mean, like, from his very first video to what he's like now, he's crazy. A different kid, isn't he?
He's lost so much weight. He's changed mentally and physically, full of confidence. He's doing things that he never would do before, speaking in front of his whole school.
So that's amazing.
Yeah.
Goes and plays football down the park now. Apparently he never used to leave his bedroom, leave his PC or his computer, whatever. And now he actually goes down the park and plays football with all the other kids.
Yeah, like we used to do when we were younger as well. Certainly me. I mean, like when I was younger, there wasn't Xbox, there wasn't YouTube. It was like you went out and you played in the park. Yeah.
There's a big problem nowadays. The amount of time kids... I mean, there's a big problem how much time kids are spending on, you know, Xboxes and games. Parents are so worried. We see it in every message we get. You know, my kid doesn't leave the computer. And then there's also worries what their kids are looking at online. There's adolescence on Netflix. People are like shocked, scared. We see that a lot in our messages. We really actually feel like we're on the front line of sort of what parents' worries are and how we can sort of help offer some sort of service or show how it can be done. Gareth Southgate made the comments about there's no positive role models for kids. Now we know that parents, it's a touchy subject whether kids should be on social media, but let's face it, they are on it.
Yeah.
We know that from our comment section. If they're going to follow a channel, or if they're going to aspire to be like, their favourite creators, we're hoping to be them guys.
Yeah, definitely.
We hear from a lot of parents that they don't listen to their parents, but they'll listen to some guys that they've seen on TikTok. You know, if we can be out there promoting a healthy lifestyle and a strong mindset, then we're hoping that the kids will be making better choices with their life, definitely.
How are you finding the comments on social media? Because obviously, you know, for me, I always think that you put yourself online and you're subject to negativity. It's inevitable that you're going to get trolls out there. You get a lot of positive comments, of course, but do you get negative comments as well? Is that something you have to deal with?
We get the odd few come through, but literally they go over our head. We're not fazed by anything what anyone says. I mean, like, there have been a few little comments to some of the kids, but we've told them how to handle it and just not to let it phase them either.
Yeah, it started off really 100% positive. One video we got 40,000 comments on it, and it was these comments have restored my faith in humanity. That's what people were saying.
Yeah.
Whereas now, I think it's mainly kids that comment stupid stuff on it. But apart from that,
I think there's definitely a skill to rise above those comments. I think. Yeah. So you're not just working with Jacob anymore. You found some other kids to work with.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that and what you're trying to build?
Yeah. So we've got quite a few kids on now.
Yeah.
Some girls, some boys, and they're all doing so well. It's hard for them because they've been used to eating processed junk food and sugar, so it's kind of hard for them to kind of wean themselves.
It's like a shock to the system now, having to completely cut out all that bad food, healthy, plain food now, what they're eating, and then training as well on top of that, which they've never done before. And
it's a whole culture shift for them, isn't it?
Yeah. We are very strict as well.
Yeah, I bet you are.
We are. We want them to get the results. We want them to get the results, and it means they have to put in the effort. And it's a whole family thing. It's not just the kid doing it. The kid will eat what the parents. Yeah,
so I mean, ultimately, I'd imagine some of the parents, they've got to change their ways as well.
Definitely. And that goes back to our point, lead by example. You can't be like, no, you're eating this tonight, and then you're tucking into chicken nugget and chips. The whole family need to do it.
Yeah, you can have this nice little healthy dish, and I'm just going to have my chicken pakora.
Yeah.
No, because the kids, they've been telling us as well, they ain't going to stick to it. The parents have got to tell them and do it with them, because the kids will just go to the cupboards and just raid the cupboards and just eat the chocolate bar, the crisps, and they'll even shove it down the back of the sofa. One of the kids was telling us, hiding in the wrappers down there.
Like when we're talking about the other kids as well, obviously, because it's quite a complex situation, really, because Jacob went so viral with his videos. Is there any kind of bad feelings for the new kids where maybe they're not getting the same kind of views? I mean, how do you handle that mentally as well? Is that a challenge?
I mean, I have noticed that kids do write in the comment section. This isn't Jacob. This isn't as good as Jacob or something like that. But it's not very often, and we basically tell the parents, do not let the kids read the comments.
Yeah,
and we explain to all the kids at the start as well. We explain to all the kids at the start as well that it's not about the views. We're not doing this for the views. This is about getting fit and healthy, and that's all that matters. Training, food. Doesn't matter about the views, regardless.
That's
always been the core message to him. Forget everything else. Forget about the noise. Focus on your health. This is your journey.
This is the kids' challenge. It's not about him becoming the next social media star. It's about him getting fit or her getting fit.
The reason why we feel it's important to put it online is literally to spread the message.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know this problem was as bad as what it was. Obviously, I was aware of it, but this is just shocked us completely, like how many kids are struggling out there. And if they can be inspired by the videos we're putting out and make those changes, and parents are like, oh bloody hell, I better
and you've had about 1,000 people message you about helping out their kids.
Not only do we get messages asking for help, but we also get messages about people saying, you've inspired me to get up tomorrow, go for a run, start training, start eating my healthy diet now. It's not just all asking for help. People have been inspired by this message and have started their own little journey, their fitness journey.
We've had 1,000 messages since putting out this one post, which was a week ago. Overall, I wouldn't like to say how many messages we've had between emails and DMs. Like,
it feels like you need to duplicate yourselves to keep up with it.
Yeah. There needs to be loads of us.
Go on, how are you going to approach that? I mean, like, do you see this, that eventually you'll start recruiting other trainers?
Yeah. I mean, we was having this conversation with some guy was helping us out. We actually met him in LA. He's from not far from us, and he was giving us a little bit of advice, saying, you could get some personal trainers, but it's just like at the minute, we're it's like, there's only two of us, and we're putting all hours into the training, and then when it's finally like finished, then it's hard. It's so hard. It's so complex. It's like a puzzle that we're trying to figure out fast and on the spot.
I mean, is there a point where you get to, say, Jacob's journey? Is there a point where you go, okay, we've done our bit, it's over to you now, or is it something that you will keep on doing with Jacob, or is there a point where you say, right, Jacob, this is how you do it, carry on doing it?
Because it's so new to us, we can't
you don't know.
say. Yeah, we're just.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that we're always going to work with Jacob, but he needs to want to do it. He needs to want to continue to train. He needs to want to continue to eat the healthy diet. So if it was up to us, yes, Jacob would always be alongside us, becoming a coach himself, training people, spreading the message.
Yeah.
He's got to want to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And at the age of 10, it's like he doesn't know really what he wants.
It would be a massive shame if, like, everything that he's done and achieved for you guys, that all of a sudden it just turns around on itself and he goes back to how he was. That would be a crying shame, really.
Well, we've tried to explain to him the opportunity that he's got with this, what he can do with this, but I think he struggles to kind of understand.
Well, you can't see it, you can't see it.
No, I suppose at that age, it's like, I mean, like when you were 10, if someone asked you what you want to do when you're older...
16, 17, 18, even older.
Yeah.
But he is clever for his age, but at the same time, there's always that pull of the Xbox and the PlayStation.
The
and
easy
the
life.
Food. Yeah, the easy life.
He loves his bed. He loves eating his dinner in his bed or something like that. I remember when we asked him,
he loves his bed.
He just wants to go back to bed.
Can we have a day off?
Yeah.
Can I just go back to bed? All right, so let's go into a bit of your character and your heart. You rescued a dog from Albania. Tell us about that story.
Well, we was in Albania on holiday. A friend mentioned to go over to Albania, and it was really nice. But we saw this puppy. Like, was it? No. So it was in our hotel room, and there was this puppy just sort of curled up in a ball underneath a staircase. And like we only just glanced it, like it was
caught it from the corner of our eye.
Like a freak, sort of like if you blinked, you'd have missed it. And we saw this dog just curled up, and it was only a puppy, and we sort of like tried to entice it out from under the staircase because you couldn't get to it, could you?
No.
And we looked at it and like it was scared, wasn't it?
All Tim, she wouldn't come out at first, and then I think we had some food with us and enticed her out with some food. She came out and she was just going crazy for the food, just literally biting at your hand, trying to yap it off, and just scoffed it down. And then we took her into our room, didn't we?
Yeah, took her into our room, and then we was unsure whether we were allowed to have the dog in the hotel room because you're not allowed dogs in hotel rooms. So that's what we thought. And then we did a little bit of research. We understood that Albanians probably aren't that keen on dogs, or they don't view dogs the same way as we view dogs. Right,
because you two are big dog lovers, aren't you?
Yeah. So we did some research, and if you put in the hotel reviews, the street dogs round the hotel, they're just going to probably discard the puppy, aren't they? They're not going to do something nice to it. There was busy roads around, so we took the dog into our hotel room. We turned our pillowcases inside out, didn't we?
Yeah.
We turned our pillowcases inside out so the dog could sort of have a bed on top of the pillows and not leave like any hair on the pillows. And then we spent the next week whilst in Albania figuring out how we can get this dog back to England, and we actually smuggled it on a boat to Greece.
No way.
Yeah, smuggled it onto a boat. We had some dodgy Albanian vet come and give it some paperwork.
Yeah.
And got it into Greece, and then got it from Greece back to England, and then we've got
a wild stray Albanian dog living in our house now.
Yeah,
that's crazy. So when you did that, you literally travelled by land all the way back?
No. So we flew it from Greece. There was the rules aren't as strict.
Okay.
You can get a dog back to England from Greece, but from Albania, because of rabies and stuff, it was difficult to get a dog. So that's why we needed to get the dog from Albania to Greece. And
all the time I've known you guys, I've never known that story. I don't think I've ever heard that story.
Yeah.
We actually kind of documented a bit of it. But we've never released it.
Yeah, we've got old clips. This was before lockdown, 2019. This was, but it was the most stressful situation we've ever been.
Kind of ruined the holiday a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, it was fun with her at times because we was going on all these excursions, taking the dog with us and stuff. Just had some like little bit of rope that we found on the side of the road. Just tied that round her for a lead, and then just took her everywhere with us, to the restaurants, everywhere.
But the worry was, are we going to be able to get this dog back home, or are we going to get this dog to safety? And that's what just, like that same mindset, we've got to get this dog back. So every day ringing vets, ringing like sanctuaries, ringing people for advice, forums, Reddit, trying to find out how we can get a dog back to England from Albania.
Yeah, because obviously in the UK and many other countries, like a dog is your family. You know, to actually abandon a dog like that, it's almost like leaving a child.
It would have been horrible to have to do that.
If we'd have fed that dog for 3-4 days, shown it some love, you know, what would it? It'd have probably either got run over. One of the hotel people would have killed it, or
we didn't see many puppies there, did we? It was mainly all old, hardened dogs. Yeah, there wasn't many puppies.
There was no
walking
puppies.
around. Yeah.
There was no puppies.
No.
It was all just old, hardened street dogs.
Well, I tell you what, if ever smuggling was a good thing, there it is right there.
I mean, since
I've never heard of a good smuggling story.
Dog smugglers.
The dog smugglers.
We said that we'd never go to a country now where there's stray dogs, because
you end up like
more dogs. We can't have any more, can we?
Yeah.
But the
you leave the dogs alone.
But yeah, I mean, the dog, we called it Lucky. We called the dog Lucky.
Yeah.
And
quite rightly so.
But she's a funny dog, you know, real character. Following that though with the dog, because of how we felt about the dog, wasn't it? So after that, we started viewing animals completely differently, and that's why we turned vegan off the back of the dog, off rescuing the dog, because we kind of then started seeing all animals equally.
Well, we've always liked animals, haven't we? But
yeah.
We've never put the 2 and 2 together, really. And then after that, that's when we made the change.
Yeah, because we obviously see there's no real difference between a dog, a sheep, a cow. I know we think there is, but, you know, we went to an animal sanctuary the other week, and the sheep are running up to you like trying to play like a dog would. Yeah. Pigs, cows. So it was that moment we thought, hang on, we're rescuing a dog back from here, and then we'd go and eat a steak or go and eat some pork or whatever. And it was that moment, wasn't it?
Yeah.
After bringing
made the change.
Yeah, we made that change, and then never ate meat since we brought Lucky home.
6 years now or something, isn't it?
Yeah, 6 years.
What's on your menu? What's a typical dish that you'd eat in an evening?
Beans, lentils,
sweet potatoes, watercress, watermelon,
avocado. It's actually quite nice, some of the stuff we eat, to be fair. Yeah. Way better than back in the day, your old bodybuilding meals when you're eating boiled chicken and rice.
I was going to say, with bodybuilding, a lot of it's I always recall people saying, eat chicken
and rice, plain chicken and rice. This is a way better option.
And you're fuller, more satisfied.
Yeah,
and that's, you know, it's been perfect.
Were you guys big into the bodybuilding though? Because obviously I've known you as boxing trainers.
We did do a little bit of bodybuilding, but mainly just an athlete's diet. Everyone thinks it needs to be chicken, rice, but when we made that switch, we noticed no change in performance, if not a little bit better. But mainly, the meals tasted better, and for someone who has to be cautious of what they're eating, gaining weight, especially in boxing, when we switched to vegan, it felt like you could eat a lot more food, a lot more volume of food, and feel fuller and more satisfied. And we never looked back. No.
Because you were saying on when you were on this morning on ITV, you were saying that when you were a kid, you were quite
I was
overweight,
the chunky lad.
Yeah, Harry was a lot chunkier. I was that skinny kid, completely different. Yeah, skinny. I was the skinny kid. Harry was the chunkier kid.
So why were you different? Well, I mean, because you're brothers. What do you think the big
genetics?
Genetics, body type. I can just put away whatever I eat. It just doesn't touch me. I'm one of them kids. I can just eat whatever.
That's lucky. Yeah.
Whereas I only have to. If I eat too much healthy food,
you could look at a pizza and
and blow out. We still eat it.
Yeah.
We still eat it once a week. We'll have a treat.
Yeah. Is that a cheat day? Do you call it a cheat
day
or
a
cheat meal?
Yeah.
Well, we'll just.
Yeah, I mean, people think cheat day, it should be a cheat meal, but we just have, whatever we fancy on one day a week. Sometimes 2 days if we've been bad.
Are you guys completely alcohol free as well, or would you have a tipple every now and again?
It's actually been ages for me. I haven't drank since New Year's.
Harry's being quiet here.
No, I was waiting to see what he said. When we've been on holiday to Ibiza or something, I'd have a drink then, or when we went to Vegas. But,
Yeah.
you know, how often do we do stuff like that? Never. So
Yeah. So in that scenario, though, you don't go out like you're on holiday. Wait, lads, let's get on it. It's
Holidays
more, it's more so a sociable kind of almost chill out downtime towards the back end of the day, maybe after, because like even when you were on Venice Beach, you were doing your daily workouts, weren't you?
Yeah.
Oh, when we go away, it's just our lifestyle, just on holiday, really, isn't it? That's what we do.
So you don't even have a holiday, really.
No. When we went
But
to
it's
Mexico,
enjoyable.
we enjoy the lifestyle anyway. It's just better doing it in different surroundings. When you're doing it on a beach and everyone's, you know, happy and doing it around you, it makes it, you know, we're happy with our lifestyle in England. It's just grey, miserable, and we're doing it on our own.
I suppose as well, it's like when you're in a gym, like if you go to a gym by yourself, I think it's really hard to motivate yourself. But if you go with someone else, that motivation's there because you've got that kind of competition that you bounce off each other.
Yeah.
And I suppose with you guys out on Venice Beach, you're surrounded by
other people,
hundreds maybe.
Yeah, loads. Well, a lot of LA are into health and fitness.
Does it become a bit of a challenge when you're out there? Is it like, because I know you were doing a pull-up challenge, weren't you, with some
Well,
guy?
there's other influencers, YouTubers out there always walking around asking you to do little challenges for money and stuff like that. We got asked to wrestle that one time, didn't we, by that famous YouTuber.
We don't get really involved with challenges while we're over there because we don't want to batter our bodies whilst we've still got to, you know, be on holiday.
Yeah.
But we did do a challenge with this guy called Louis Zilchkin. Right. He served like 13 years in like the California State Prison.
Oh, right, nice guy.
Yeah, right, he is.
He was nice.
He did like some serious time, and he took us through one of his prison workouts, which was 300 Navy SEAL burpees. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. It crippled us, didn't it?
And we had to do it off our knuckles like that, off our fists, and the rubber ground just tore all the skin off our knuckles. By halfway through, there was just blood pouring out and the skin was just flaking up off the knuckles.
Yeah, it was just like...
and you managed to complete it? Yeah. Like that?
We completed it, and we completed it.
You must have got a high five after that.
Yeah, and... but we was.
You probably gained a load of respect off the guy as well, really, because I bet he didn't think you could do it.
No, he didn't. He mentioned us in his podcast talking about it, but he because he's like he's like a crime podcaster guy. Yeah. But Joe Wicks was in Gold's Gym.
I was going to say he witnessed us do it.
Joe Wicks watched us doing it. We didn't even know he was there.
Really?
And, he
did you get to speak to Joe Wicks?
Yeah, afterwards. Yeah.
Because he's huge, isn't he? He's got his own app and all sorts. Yeah. Right, what did he have to say to you? What was it like meeting him?
What did he say? Did he say something about the workout we did?
Yeah, well, I actually messaged him. We didn't know he was in LA at the time, and I think I messaged him off his story or something, and he wrote back. He actually replied back to me saying,
"Yeah, I'm just over the road from you."
He was just like, "Oh yeah, don't worry, I seen you, Knuckles," or something like that, because I seen he was in Gold's Gym, and he said, "Yeah, I witnessed it, Knuckles." That's what he called us, Knuckles.
So then we spoke to him briefly. He was all right. It was nice enough. And then I think we saw Arnold.
Yeah. Old Schwarzenegger. Yeah. Do you ever when you come across people like Joe Wicks, do you like pass contact details? Or is it like nice to see you, but
No, we was asking for advice because it was when we were doing our live workouts, which is exactly what he did.
Yeah.
We was asking him
And did he give you some good advice? He didn't want the competition, did he?
No.
He didn't want you to beat him.
I wonder if he's seen us now. He would remember us as well, yeah.
Yeah, well, Joe Wicks, if you're watching or listening to this podcast, drop us a comment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's hear from you.
Yeah, no, he was nice, really nice. I mean, he gave us the time. We talked to him for like 5-10 minutes. But, it's a hard thing to advise on. He probably knows how hard the game is.
So what's been the hardest moment for both of you on this journey so far?
There hasn't been one. Keeping the kids on track when they're not with us, when they're at home with their families, keeping them on track, keeping them on the diet. That's the hardest thing, I'd say.
Definitely, yeah.
So, what's something people don't see about you that you wish they knew? Quite a question.
Don't really know the answer to that.
Yeah. What was it again?
So, what's something people don't see about you that you wish they knew? So something that you don't really reveal on your lives or your videos? What's maybe a background passion or a background hobby away from what you're doing here, or is this it?
This is it at the moment. We haven't had any other hobbies or doing anything else. This is it. 7 days a week.
It's got our full attention. I guess we just like helping people, and we've always done it. Our mum was the same. Looks after everyone's dogs when they go on holiday, and she's passed that on to us, and we just help people. Yeah. When we were roofing, we used to do roofs, and the old woman down the road, most roofing companies would have charged £100. We'd just do, these jobs and just don't worry about it. We've just got built into us.
I've got a bit of roof work that needs to.
Well, we can't say no. We like helping people, and it's what we're doing now. It's what we're doing now, and if we can, continue to do this, then I guess we're in the right thing. We're doing the right thing.
But obviously as well, you've said you like the travel, so I guess that's travel and seeing different things. How does that come into it now? Now that you've got all these kids on board,
it's going to be hard short term.
You could have to give up your holidays.
Short term, it's going to be hard, but imagine me and Joe go to America to solve their obesity problem, like Super Nanny.
Yeah,
we've got me and Joe or Graham the dog whisperer or whatever his name is. We go.
Well, when you get to that stage and you're earning the big bucks and you need a production team.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
Matt, if you don't know Matt, check out his channel as well. Matt supported us from day one. Before we even put up any
YouTube videos.
Yeah, because the first time we met, it was all about editing lessons on Final Cut Pro, wasn't it?
And then it moved to
cameras, mics, lighting.
Yeah,
everything, every technical issue we
Matt solves. And then it moved to the desperate one was the desktop computer. Yeah. But we won't go into that.
No.
I won't blow my own trumpet, but Matt showed us how to edit, didn't he?
Yeah.
And I did. I feel like I did a couple of good videos.
Yeah.
Bomber Brown, we met him, who's signed by Frank Warren. We met him, and if you check out on our YouTube channel, we filmed him, interviewed him, did some talking, and that to me is a good video. Like,
yeah,
if I watched that, I'd be like, wow.
Yeah, it was a good little video.
It's like what you see on whatever. Now I wouldn't even have a clue what to do with Final Cut.
Well, the thing is with video editing as well, it doesn't have to be completely polished these days. I think people put a lot of effort into making polished videos, including myself, but sometimes I think that raw kind of natural...
Yeah, I think that's what people like these days.
Yeah.
Just the raw, the real of what actually goes on. Like, kind of like someone said it about our video, didn't they? The wind was blowing, we didn't have any microphones, and it's getting millions of views, and like he was in high production and he was shocked that videos like ours are getting millions of views when it's just bad lighting, bad sound, and it just does well like that.
So we've got an hour in this little studio here at Mill Street in Leamington Spa. Nice place, actually.
It is nice.
Closing up then, what's next for BOXWAVE?
We're figuring that out. We're trying to work it out. I mean, what's next for BOXWAVE is simply we're just going to keep going with it. We're going to be helping more kids up and down the country. We want to see kids making transformations, all over the UK, and one day it'd be nice to be doing it all over the world. Show people that anything can be done, no matter where you are, how you feel, with the right message, a little bit of inspiration. You can literally achieve anything you want.
And I genuinely think you inspire people with every upload you do, because I quite often keep a check in on what you don't get me wrong, don't get to see every video, but every one I'm always like I'm curious about the comments as well, and virtually every comment is just like, you guys are an inspiration, you're changing the world.
Yeah, I mean, we had that following before we went viral with training the youngsters. And they would back us, they were telling how much, tell us how much we inspired them. So now it's like we're inspiring people through the kids we're working with. We're creating these videos, we're getting the kids to do things, and we want to we're trying to get the kids to motivate everyone, because that seems to be what works, isn't it?
Definitely.
We want to just show people, it's not rocket science. You just got to make a few small changes in your life, and you can be whoever you want to be.
Can't say fairer than that. Yeah. And you're doing that on Instagram, TikTok, and potentially YouTube?
Well, we put the shorts up on YouTube.
Is there any other channel? That's it, isn't it?
LinkedIn.
We've got LinkedIn.
Oh, you do LinkedIn?
We've only just started. Well, we
Okay.
haven't. We started a while ago because some guy had shared one of our videos and it went viral on LinkedIn from him sharing it.
Wow. I'm actually surprised because I always see, I mean, obviously I'm on LinkedIn, but it's more on the business side of things rather than...
Well, we've been told that it would be good for us if we ever needed to meet people through funding or...
It's a good shout.
Yeah,
It's a really good shout.
We don't know how to work LinkedIn, so we've just got a friend who was uploading a couple
I don't
of
think
videos.
it's far different from Facebook, if I'm honest. It's just a business version of Facebook, really, but that's how I see it. But it's definitely good for networking. You've got more chance of finding those kind of people for funding and working with you on LinkedIn than you certainly have on Facebook. If a kid's out there being bullied right now or parents feel lost, what would you say to them?
So, like, for all the kids out there who are struggling, parents don't know what to do, just keep it simple. Start cutting out the sugar, start limiting the processed foods, start adding some cleaner food options, and just get active. And if there is always hope. You can always overcome anything. We might feel lost at times in our life, but at any point you can turn it around, and there's no time like the now.
Guys, I think you two are a total inspiration.
Thank you.
I think you've done so well, way better than, when you first approached me, I'm like, I like the idea of it, but, has it got legs?
Yeah.
But you've proved me completely wrong.
Well, remember when we came on yours and did the Change Your Life Challenge?
Yeah.
Where we were helping 12 people all around the UK.
Yeah. We put loads of work into that as well, didn't we?
Yeah.
And what happened?
Nothing.
Flopped.
Only one girl stuck to it, and you want to see her now. She was a girl, Ruth.
Was that Ruth? Yeah.
Ruth, who's having the surgery.
Yeah.
Donating
her kidney.
Donating her kidney.
Has that donation happened now?
No, it hasn't. It's been kept.
So you're still in touch with her?
Still, I spoke to her the other day.
Okay.
You want to see how much weight she has dropped.
Really?
She is
it's crazy.
When we launch all our plans, she can be our testimonial.
Yeah. Come on, Ruth. Where are you?
She's done incredible. She's lost, she's a different person.
Have you got a message to wrap up this podcast? Have you got a message out there for anybody that's supported your channel? Have you got a message for the people out there that are watching you?
You can say this one.
Just a message that everyone's supporting us. Just really do appreciate it. We're only going to take this bigger and bigger, so just stay tuned with us.
Yeah, we're doing it. We're doing everything we can, aren't we?
Non-stop, 7 days, like I said. We're just going at it, and we ain't stopping. We ain't slowing down.
We don't see any family. Don't see any friends. We're just me and him and the 2 dogs. Yeah.
Do you guys ever fall out? Do you ever have a moment where you're like, oh God, I can't be done with Harry today, or Joe's doing my head in?
Well, he probably feels like that about me. But we don't really fall out.
It's just occasional little
a little blip.
Yeah, nothing major.
I'll just whinge.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
From knowing you guys, you're rock solid together, aren't you? It's a real good combination, real good team.
We work well together.
Yeah.
Because we never switch. We've got the same amount of drive and sort of motivation. So we want to be the guys they pull in on the channels when new studies come out saying in 2028 1 in 2 kids are going to be obese, and everyone's needs to address it. Get the BOXWAVE lads on and tell the nation how it's going to be solved and what everyone can do from home, what parents can do. They were asking us on GB News these sort of questions, weren't they? And we kind of felt a bit flustered. One thing we didn't say was, I wish we'd have said, was batch cooking. So when you cook your healthy meal, cook a few of them, because then you've got the next few days worth of food. So every time you cook, make sure you're batch cooking. It's going to make it so much easier for your family and keeping your kids on check, especially if you're short of time. Maybe you've stacked out with work and you do struggle with time and you do find yourself having the microwave meals and feeding the kids the pizza, batch cook. But that's what we want to be. We want to be the guys that get called in, give some advice, and solve the issues.
And long may it continue.
Yeah.